अच्युतं केशवं रामनारायणं कृष्णदामोदरं वासुदेवं हरिं श्रीधरं माधवं गोपिकावल्लभं जानकीनायकं रामचन्द्रं भजे अच्युतं केशवं सत्यभामाधवं माधवं श्रीधरं राधितं इन्दिरामन्दिरं चेतसा सुन्दरं देवकी नन्दनं नन्दजं सन्ददे।
ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्य मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। उकारस्वन्धकारो वैरुकारस्तन्निवर्तकः अन्धकारनिरोधित्वात् गुरुरित्यभिधीयते। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्तगोचरं तमगोचरं गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। Verse 79. आपातवैराग्यवतो मुमुक्षून् भवाब्धिपारं प्रतियातुमुद्यतान् आशाग्रहे मज्जयतेऽन्तराले निगृह्य कण्ठे विनिवर्त्य वेगात्। Apatavairagyavataha means the vairagya or dispassion for the person is only symbolic. It is not deeply rooted. It is not based on a certain understanding. The dispassion which comes with a proper analysis, dispassion which has been achieved by analyzing the limitations of the worldly pleasures. So when you gain the dispassion after doing the analysis, then it stays, because it's based on a certain deep understanding of the limitation. Therefore, the commitment to moksha is strong. But if it is purely based on an impulsiveness or craving for certain recognition and those kind of things, because we always find people who take up even sannyasa with the intent of becoming famous, the intent that people will fall at my feet, or I am great, I am holier than all these ritualistic people. So those kind of motivations can sometimes be there, which is also okay. After some time, the person eventually settles down. But until that person settles down, or even the grihasthas who are studying Vedanta but without a proper Viveka Vairagya, it is not going to help in the long term. In the long term, it should be okay, but in the short term, it is going to be difficult if you don't have the proper analyzed Vairagya. So this Apata Vairagya means it is purely based on a certain impulsiveness that you are having a Vairagya. Oh, I am a Vairagyavan. I won't do this, that. I am actually a Jnani. I am a Vedanti. Like that, people have certain pride, many of the sadhakas. Then what happens? mumukshun bhavabdi param pratiyatum udyatan. The person thinks he or she wants to cross the bhavabdi, the ocean of samsara. But then what happens? Ashagraha majjayate antarale. So this huge shark, what does it happen? What does it do? Ashagraha. Graha, the shark, majjayate antarale nigrihya kanthe vinivatya vegat. It holds the person by throat. Generally, when shark holds you by throat, you can't escape. Like you can find all this cheetah and even tiger, when they chase deer or even other animals, they first go and hold the throat. Then it becomes difficult for the animals to get out. So antarale majjayate, halfway through you get drowned because the shark is holding your neck. Like that, if you don't have vairagya, you have started the pursuit. You have given up all your Vaidika karma and all that, whatever you are doing, you think you are going to gain moksha and all that, but vairagya is not there. Then it actually holds you by throat halfway through and you get drowned. But at least in this case, you can get up, and unlike in the case of person swimming in the water, this person come back. Ubhaya Vibrashtaha in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Arjuna asked this question. Okay. This Kangatim Krishna Gachadi, Ubhaya Vibrashtaha. When a person has given up his karmas, he has taken the sannyasa, that also he doesn't have any good vairagya like what is being described here. And then that person dies without gaining jnana. Aprapya yoga samsiddhim kamgatim krishna gacchati. What happens to that person, he asks. Bhagavan says, don't worry. Prapya punyakritam lokan ushitva shashwati shramaha suchinam shrimatam gehe yoga brashtaha abhijayate. The person who gets drowned halfway, drowned means who is not able to reach the goal of moksha in one life, will be born in a place where he can gain it in the next birth. So that is there, but that is not a license to think, okay, I don't have vairagya but still pursue moksha, right? So that's not what it is. The best effort should be to gain it in this birth. Therefore, the idea here is focus on vairagya first. Then only you can cross. Otherwise, you won't be able to cross the samsara. So that's what is being mentioned here. So be aware of the Vishaya. But once you have gained a certain mastery over Vishaya Sukha, then it is easy for you to cross. That is being said in the 80th verse. Vishayakya Graho Yena Suvarathyasina Hataha Sagacchati Bhavambodhe Param Pratyuhavarjitaha. Vishayakya Grahoha. The shark or it can be crocodile also. Grahaha means anything which is catching you. Vishayam, the sense pleasures are like the sharks and crocodiles, alligator. Yena suvirakti asina hataha. The sword which is called suvirakti, the complete vairagya on everything which is sensory. Yena hataha. the one by whom this crocodile is killed, sagacchati bhavambodehe param, that person crosses the samsara pratyuha varjita without any hindrance. You should have the right kind of knife to kill, not the one which can cut the butter. So that is the problem. If you don't have the right knife, how will you fight a shark? Get the dispassion right way. Equipping yourself with weapons is always important before you start any mission. So if you have only whether to have MiG or F-16, or nowadays we talk about BrahMos, these kind of missiles and weapons should be ready. The preparations go on for years. The fight lasts only 4 days. Okay. And for the 4 days fight, Operation Sindoor, the preparation would have been for like many years. Because getting the right weapon in place, in stock, then only you can do the operation. You need to get your army ready, air force ready, navy ready, command and control ready. You should do the groundwork. You should do the right kind of equipments manufactured. You should assess the ground situation. All that takes a lot of time. Once all the preparation is there, then the war just gets over in few days. Even the recent attack yesterday on Iran, it was a matter of few minutes, the US attacking them, right? Now for that, the country has already worked on its stockpile of, machines and aircrafts, missiles, forever. The same thing with Adhyatma Jnanam also. Getting one ready for it is what takes time. Building that Vairagya, gaining Chitta Shuddhi, gaining Chitta Naishchalyam takes time. Jnanam is pretty easy once you are ready for it. Because all that is being taught here, of course, there is a prakriya to teach it. Is your Brahman. Now, if you are not ready and you keep hearing the same thing again and again, only words come, but you don't see that fact. Why is it in the same class where there are 50 people? Some gains jnanam, 1 or 2 gain within few months. Other 48 even after 3 years, 5 years, they keep listening to the same thing, but only words are there. They may also go and teach others because they know those words. But what is the use? Shabdajalam, it said no earlier. Therefore, the preparation is what is very important. So next one, 81. Vishayam avishayamargaihi gacchato anaccha buddhehe pradipadaam abhiyato mrityurapyesha vidhi itasujana gurutya gacchata swasya yuktya prabhavati bala siddhe satyamityeva vidhi. These are all very beautiful verses. It's the Shtub Chandas. Vishama Vishaya Margair Gacchato Nacha Buddhe Pratipadam Abhiyato Mrityurapyesha Vidhi Ita Sujana Guruktya Gacchada Swasya Yuktya प्रभवति फलसिद्धिः सत्यमित्येव विद्धि विषमविषयमार्गैः. The Vishaya Marga is Vishama. The sensory world is very cunning. It knows how to grab you, take you into various things. There is no end. The search for happiness in the sensory world just drives people crazy. After some enjoyment, they lose taste in a particular thing and they want to go for some more harder one. Then they go to alcoholism. Then people take drugs. They hurt themselves and then they just go because they want to forget themselves and consume happiness in this world. That drives them towards all kinds of behavior and finally destroys the person. Vishama Vishaya Margaihi Gachyataha. This Vishama Vishaya Marga, the one who pursues Anaccha Buddhehe Pratipadam Abhiyataha. Mrityurapi Esha. So, once the person is walking through this, the death overtakes this person very quickly. Pratipadam Abhiyataha Mrityuhu. So as you walk through this Vishama Vishaya Marga, this path, this road, the road is made up of Vishama Vishaya. You are walking on that road and somebody is racing with you along with. Just turn around, you see it is Mrityu. He catches you faster. He overtakes you. Because you are getting destroyed every moment through consumed by the sensory pleasures. Time just eats you. Mrityu means time. The person may have lived 90 years, that's fine, by consuming this. It's not like, we are not saying everybody who seeks pleasure dies early. The point is, you may have lived 90 years, but the time has actually eaten you. Because without you realizing, you just have wasted the life. And if you are like, suppose somebody is in comatic state and lives for 90 years, is it life? No, right? Or somebody lived 90 years, but half the time the person was in alcohol or drugs, not even being aware of oneself. So effectively, you have lived only 45 years, not 90, because half the time you are not living, you are existing, that's all. Because your mind is not, see, when your mind is not there or living, if you are sleeping all the time, will you say you lived? You are alive, but that is not life. So, Mrityu, therefore, similarly, the Vishaya Sukha, when you are consumed there and you are under the control of senses, you are serving the senses only. It's called Devanam Priya. The person all the time is doing service for the senses. The senses want something, you are surrendered. Oh, my tongue wants gulab jamun, you are surrendered to your tongue. Somehow I will help you get a gulab jamun. That is what is called sensory, somebody under the spell of senses. Think about it. Isn't that true? So this Vishama Vishaya Margaihi Gachyataha. Then in the next paragraph, in the next two line, he says, Hita Sujana Gurutya. The Guru gives hitam. That guru is called Hita Guru. The one who teaches you what is good for you. And good for you is nothing but Brahma. Nothing else is good. Hita Sujana Guruktya, the guru who is worthy person. He has given words, Uktya, like his Upadesha. Gachataha, the one who walks in that path. Earlier is Vishaya Pantha. This one is Gurukti Pantha. The path which is the words of Guru. Swasya Yuktya Prabhavati. The person is guided by one's own Yukti also. Understanding, to create an understanding of Gurukti. That person Palasiddhi Prabhavati Tasya. That person gains the fruit. Satyamityeva Vidhi. This is the reality. Guru is very, very important. We have already spoken about it a lot, but since context is there, I am again saying Panditopi Swatandriyana Atmanveshanam Nakuryat. Even if you are a great knowledgeable guy in Sanskrit, you know Vyakarana, Tarka, Mimamsa, Nyaya, whatever. Atmanveshana, looking at what is Atma, you shouldn't do by yourself. You can't say, you shouldn't say, Satyam, I know the meaning of word. And Satyam, I can read Shankara Bhashya and what he says is Satyam. Now I have understood this. Satyam means Yadrupena Ennischitam Tadrupam Navya Bijarati Tat Satyam. I can understand the meaning of that. It's not about understanding the meaning of that. You have to see yourself through the words. And that you cannot see by yourself because you need a Swatantra Pramana. You need a mirror. Shastra has to become a mirror, not something that you are using. It needs to be handled by somebody who is independent of you. And to that source, you need to have absolute commitment. These are two minimum requirements. Then only Jnanam will happen. It needs to be an independent means. So someone has to teach. That's all. That is important. And the qualification of that person is a different thing. Now for you, the minimum requirement is you need to do Shravana and you should have Shraddha. These two are not. And for you, third one, you have to be qualified. You should have the other qualification, Samadhi. Then Jnana, Ishvara Anugraha is there, Jnana will happen. If the first two itself is not there, you are going to study by yourself without Guru. You can Janma Shatena Api, you won't get. Simple. That's why Shastra says, Acharyavan Purusho Veda. Very, very clear. Veda itself is saying, Acharyavan Purusho Veda. And Bhagavan also in Gita, Tadvidhi Pranivadena Pariprashnena Sevaya Upadekshanti Te Jnanam Jnaninaha Tattvadarshinaha. So Guru is essential. First step. That's why he says, the Guru Akya, when he walks us, all this, and then Yukti, Swayukti is along with it. It's an additional thing. It is not like a replacement for Guru. So you shouldn't say, why do I need Guru? All these people are exploiting, all that nonsense is not, that is okay if you want to say that and read, but you won't get anything because it's impossible. The jnanam cannot be gained like that. It's just not possible. Because it is about you. And if you are already a jnata, pramata, then the Triputi has come. When you have assumed the status of pramata, pramatri pramana prameya, the Triputi is there. The Triputi is there. Where is Advaita? Therefore, you need a guru. Okay? Let's go to 82. Mokshasya kangsha yadi vaitavasti tajati durat vishayan vishamyata. पीयूषवत्तोषदयाक्षमार्जव प्रशान्तिदान्तीर्वयनित्यमादरात् मोक्षस्य काङ्क्षा यदि वै तव अस्ति. Kangsha means craving, want of mokshasya, of the moksha. Yadi vai tava asti, if you really have the craving for liberation, you genuinely want liberation, then let's read the remaining. That's what he says. If you want to only use sannyasa as a means for food, udara nimittam bahukrita vesham, like that, if you are doing, then that's fine, you just do it. I don't care. Okay. If you get food, fine, good, go ahead. But if you are really wanting moksha, then tyaja ati durat. Ati durat tyaja. Leave the sense objects far away. Leave them at a distance. Don't even get near it. Vishayan visham yatha. This visham, this poison. Just like poison, just leave them. Poison, will you go even near it? Once you know something is a poison, you will be very careful that you haven't even touched it. Even if you feel that you might have touched it, you will go and wash the hands with the soap water. Like during Diwali, our parents used to say, hey, if you have touched all this crackers, it's very poisonous. So before you eat anything, wash your hands with soap. Even in childhood, we used to, do that. Even when we didn't have soap, we had to use some other things and wash your hands so many times before you start eating anything. Because it is said it is poison. So, and all this lead will be in your finger. Like that, this is poison. Don't go near it. Because unless you tell that it basically what, don't encourage your intelligence. Because it will grab you. That's why satsanga is always recommended. Because there should be a support system. Otherwise, what happens is, in your mind gets obsessed. Oh, I have to give it up. I have to give it up. Like this Vishwamitra saying, Menaka, no, 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 no. Means what? Your mind is pulling you towards her. And you are trying to, if you see her, then she will catch. So you are turning your head. But after some time, you will like slowly look at like this. Why? Because in your mind it is there. You still have a value for that thing. That value, until it is analyzed and dropped, just turning away doesn't help you. So you should be objective. Even though we say durat vishayan visham yatha tyaja, it shouldn't be like a forceful thing, because if inside you it is there, then it's of no use, it won't work. But you have to figure out a way as to how you can achieve it. Then only piyushavate tosha dayaksha marjava prashanti dantihi. All these you have to develop. The nectar like piyushavat, that which is tasty, that which gives you long life, that piyusha, nectar. Toshaya, tosha daya. Tosha means happy, contentment. Daya, just compassion for all life, everything. Kshama, forgiving anything that happens to you without any inner resentment. Then Arjava, straightforwardness. Prashantihi, mental composure. Danti, self-control. Bhaja nityam adara. Carefully develop these kind of qualities so that your pursuit is in the right path for gaining moksha. Now 83. Anukshanam yat parihritya कृत्यमनाद्य विद्या कृतबन्धमोक्षणम् देहः परार्थोऽयममुष्यभूषणे यः सज्जते सस्वमनेन हन्ति. अनुक्षणम्, every moment, यत् परिहृत्य, कृत्यम्, what needs to be done, कृत्यम्, यत् परिहृत्य, मनादि कृत्यम् अनादि अविद्याकृत बन्धमोक्षणम्. The avidya is anadi. The avidya cannot be born in time. If you know something, suddenly ignorance will not be born. If you are already ignorant of your swarupa, you can't ask when it was born. Ignorance cannot be born, but it can be removed. Jnana also is not born. Only ignorance is removed. Okay. देह परार्थोयम अमुष्य भूषणे यः सच्यते स्वमनेन हन्ति. The one that needs to be given up is anadi avidya krita bandha mokshanam. One krityam, one that needs to be done, not given up. Krityam is anadi avidya krita bandha mokshanam. You need to gain liberation from the anadi avidya. That is what is essential for any human being, because this shariram is the only one shariram which is capable of gaining moksha. Deva Sharira also cannot get you moksha. We have seen Jantunam Narajanma Durlabham, because this upadhi is suited for moksha. That if you give it up and then go for Poshana and Parartham, this Deha, then it becomes Parartaha. It gets eaten by all your sensory pleasures. And that person, Swamanena Hanti, gets killed by it. He commits suicide. It is like getting yourself being killed by all this. You are Atmaha. Bhagavan says Atma Hanati. You are killing yourself if you don't go for moksha. This is all about Vairagya, these verses. Sharira 84. Sharira poshanarthi sanne ya atmanam didrikshati graham darudhiya dritva nadim tartum sagacchati. Sharira poshanarthi atmanam didrikshati. The one who wants to gain atma, but is doing it what? By nourishing this body, Sharira poshana. Make all the enjoyments, but also think I am going to gain moksha. That person is like graham darudhiya dritva nadim tartum gacchati. Graham means crocodile. And he thinks a crocodile as a wood, and then catches hold of a crocodile and he wants to cross the river. He thinks it's a log of wood. I will cross the river. Can he cross? In fact, even without catching hold, he may still reach the end of the other side by just swimming. But if you catch a crocodile, you are done. That's what he says. So don't be after anything which is pleasure. Therefore, it's important you give up. Moha eva 85. Moha eva mahamrityuhu mumukshor vapuradishu moho vinirjito yena sa muktipadam arhati. Now, after talking about Vairagya, he connects it to moksha. Okay. We'll see from 85 in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.